Okay guys, this is the solution for your homework, integration part 1 ya. For number 1a, integrate the following with respect to x. So you have to integrate the function. That means you have to write like this first, 3 minus 1 over x to the power of half. I will change the square root into powers and then the x, and then equals to integration of 3 minus x to the power of negative half plus dx. And then after we are ready to integrate, we have to use the method. Yeah, so the first one is 3. To integrate the 3, it will become 3x. Yeah, and then for the x to the power of negative 1, you have to plus 1 the powers, plus 1, and it will become half, right? The powers will become half, and because the power is half, that means the denominator also half, and then plus c. And that's how you integrate the function. Yeah, so let's simplify. And then 3x, so you will have 2x to the power of half plus c. And then if you want to change it back to the square root, you can do it also like this. Okay, so this is the answer for number 1a. Okay, the next one is 1b. For 1b, we have division in the function, so we have to divide it first later, yeah. But for the first step, I want to change the square root into powers, so it will become x to the power of half minus 1, and then I will separate the denominator like this, so we can divide them one by one. For the first one, I will have x to the power of negative half. For the second one, move the x to the top, so you'll have x to the power of negative 1 and then dx. Okay, next is to integrate. You have to add 1 to the powers, negative half plus 1. That means it will become half. And if you have to the power of half, that means your denominator will be half also. And then for this one, we cannot add the powers by 1 because we have x to the power of negative 1. If you have x to the power of negative 1 or 1 over x, you have to use the formula. The result will become ln x and then plus c. So you will have 2 square root of x minus ln x plus c. Okay, for c, we have multiplication. To integrate the function, we have to multiply it first. When you multiply it, it will become 2x squared, and then plus 2x minus x, it will become plus x, and then negative 1, and then dx. Okay, let's integrate it. So you will have 2x squared plus 1, it will become 3. So you will have x to the power of 3 right here, and then over 3. The same thing with the powers. And then for this one, x to the power of 1 plus 1, it will become 2, and then the denominator will be 2 also. And for the negative 1, it will become negative 1x and then plus c. So the final answer will be 2 over 3x to the power of 3 and then plus half x squared minus x plus c. The next one is d. For d, we also have multiplication. You can consider the powers as multiplication. Yeah, so in this function, we have to change the square root into powers like this, 3 over 2, and then minus 2x to the power of negative 1, and then we have square outside of the function. That means we have to multiply the function with the function itself like this, and then using capit kepiting, you will have this times this. You will have x to the power of 3, and then this times this, you will have negative 2x to the power of half, and then for this one also negative 2x to the power of half, you will have negative 4x to the power of half, and then for this one you'll have positive 4x to the power of negative 2 and then dx. Okay, now we can integrate it directly. So you'll have x to the power of 3 plus 1, it will become 4 right here, and then over 4 of course, and then for the next one will be 4x to the power of half plus 1, it's 3 over 2 over 3 over 2. And then for the next one, it's x to the power of negative 2, so we can add by 1. Yeah, we don't have to use a formula for this one because we have negative 2, not negative 1. Negative 2 plus 1, it will become negative 1 over negative 1, and then plus c. Okay, so the final answer will be 1 over 4 x to the power of 4 minus 8 over 3 x to the power of 3 over 2, and then negative 4 x to the power of negative 1 means over x, right? I can change the x to the power of negative 1 into 1 over x. Okay, so this is the answer for D. And the next one is number 2. For number 2, we have integration of 1 minus x over x cubed. That means we have to divide them first. 1 over x cubed minus x over x cubed dx. So for the first one, I will have x to the power of negative 3. For the second one, I will have x to the power of negative 2. Yeah, you have to minus the powers. And then we can integrate it directly like this. So negative 3 plus 1, it will become negative 2 over negative 2. And then for this one, negative 2 plus 1, negative 1 over negative 1, and then plus c. Okay, so the result will be a negative half x to the power of negative 2, and then for this one, plus x to the power of negative 1, and then plus c. So overall, you will have negative 1 over 2x squared, and then for this one, plus 1 over x, and then plus c. And for number 2b is the same thing. You have to divide it first. So you will have x to the power of 1 and then plus 7x to the power of negative 2 dx. Yeah, so you can integrate it easily. It will become 2 over 2. And then for this one, 7x to the power of negative 2 plus 1, negative 1 over negative 1, and then plus c. So if you simplify it, you will have negative 7x to the power of negative 1 become over x, and then plus c. And the next one is 2c. For number 2c, we have multiplication, so we have to multiply the function first. So it will become x squared and then 2x squared plus 1 times it with 2x squared plus 1. Yeah, square it. So you have to use Japet kepiting. You will have 4x to the power of 4 and then plus 4x squared and then plus 1. Not yet finished. We have to multiply it one more time. 4x to the power of 6 plus 4x to the power of 4 and then x squared and then dx. Then we have to integrate it. 4x and then x and then plus c. Next is the powers. 6 plus 1, 7 over 7, 4 plus 1, 5 over 5, 2 plus 1, 3 over 3. There you go. So I think that is the final answer. We cannot simplify the function, so we will leave it like that. Next is number 3. For number 3, we have dy over dx. Yeah, so now we have dy over dx, or you can say as y accent equals to 3x squared. And the question wants you to find the value, not the value, find the expression of y in terms of x. Okay, you have to find the function of y. So what is y accent? Y accent is the first differentiation of the y, right? So if you have y right here and we haven't we don't know yet the function. If you have y and you differentiate it, you will have y accent, right? So if you have y accent and you integrate it, you will have y, and that is how you find y. So the y will be integration of 3x squared dx, and that means y equals to 3x to the power of 2 plus 1, 3 over 3, and then plus c, right? So you'll have y equals to x to the power of 3 plus c. Next is the point. The question gives you a point for a reason. Yeah, so the questions give you 1, 3. 1, 3 means you have to substitute the point to your curve, to your graph, to your function. So the y will be 3 and the x will be 1. You'll get the c. The c is 2. Okay, after you have the c, you can rewrite your function in complete form. You'll have x to the power of 3 plus c. You can substitute the c using the value that you already got. So the final answer for the function is x to the power of 3 plus 2. Okay, next is number 4. For number 4, we have dy over dt equals to that function. So I will write dy over dt first equals to 2t squared plus 3t plus 4. Okay, so we already know that dy over dt is the differentiation of the y. That means if the question wants you to find the y, you have to integrate the dy over dt. When you integrate it, you can get the y. Y equals to integration of 2t squared plus 3t and then plus 4. And because the variable is not x anymore, it's t, that means the dx should be changed into dt, yeah, because the function is in terms of t. So to integrate it, you have to use the usual method. It will be 2t and then 3t and then plus 4. For this one, 2 plus 1 become 3 over 3, and then for the next one will be 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2 over 2, and then for the next one will be 40, and then plus c. Okay, so this is the answer. Oh, sorry, for this one not yet written, yeah, 3. Okay, so this is the y, and then as usual the questions give you the point. So the point is 1, 0, t equals to 1, y equals to 0. That means you can substitute it into your equations. 2 over 3 times 1 to the power of 3 plus 3 over 2 times 1 to the power of 2, and then 4 times 1 and then plus c. You can get the value of c from here. 2 over 3 plus 3 over 2 and then plus 4 plus c. Make the denominator equal over 6. 4, 3 times 3, 9. This one is 24 and then plus c. 0 equals to 13, 37 I think, over 6 plus c. So the c will be negative 37 over 6. So the function will be 2 over 3t cubed plus 3 over 2t squared plus 4t plus 4t, and then negative 37 over 6. Okay, I think it's correct, yeah. If I did a mistake, please tell me. So the value of y when t equals to 2, the value of y will be 2 over 3 times 2 to the power of 3 plus 3 over 2 times 2 to the power of 2, and then 4 times 2 and then negative 37 over 6. Okay, so the value of y will be 816 over 3. Then for this one is 6, 8, 37 over 6. Okay, I will add the 6 and 8 first. It will become 14. Then I will make the denominator equal. For the 16 over 3, I will have 32 over 6, yeah. Okay, next is to minus this one first. You will have negative 5 over 6, and then plus 14. The y will be 13 1 over 6. Okay, next, number 5. Given that the gradient of a curve is 2x squared plus 7x and the curve passes through the origin. Origin means 0, 0, yeah. So the question already give you the point and then the gradient of the curve. Gradient of the curve, yeah. Gradient of the curve means y-axis, right? I already teach you in the differentiation chapter whether the gradient is y-axis. The first differentiation of the curve is gradient. Okay, so the y-axis is 2x squared plus 7x. I can say it like that. And then of course the question will ask you about the equation of the curve. That means you have to integrate to find the y. y equals to the integration of the y-axis. It will be 2x squared plus 7x dx, and then you can integrate it directly, 2x to the power of 3 over 3, and then for the next one is 7x to the power of 2 over 2, and then don't forget the plus c. To find the c, like usual, we have to use the point 0, 0, y equals to 0, x equals to 0, x equals to 0 plus c, so you'll have c equals to 0. And that means our equation will be 2 over 3x cubed plus 7 over 2x squared plus 0. You don't have to write the plus 0. Okay, next one is the rate of change. Actually, you don't have to read the sentence. You only have to be focused on these symbols. So the symbol says dA over dr equals to 3r squared plus 7. The equation is 3r squared plus 7. And then, like usual, we have to find the a equals to something. That means we have to integrate. So the area will be the integration of 3r squared plus 7. Of course, it's dr. You cannot write dx because the variable is r. So to find the a, you have to integrate it, 3r to the power of 2 plus 1, 3 over 3, and then for this one 7x, and then plus c. And the question already give you the point 1,12. That means you can substitute it into your equations. 3, you can cross out the 3, 1 cube, and then plus 7 times 1, and then plus c. 12 equals to 8 plus c equals to 4. Okay, that means your equation is a equals to r to the power of 3. Oh, sorry, this one is not x. It's r to the power of 3 plus 7r, and then plus 4. Okay, I in term of r, we already have the a. Next one, the last one is number 10, the gradient. One more time, the question give you the gradient. Gradient means y-axis. Y-axis equals to square root of 7 minus 2x. To find the y, you have to integrate the y-axis. That means y equals to the integration of square root of 7 minus 2x dx. But we cannot integrate it directly. We have to change the power, the square root into powers like this. And then we can use the formula of ax plus b to the power of n. So to use the formula, you will write the function first, and then add the powers by 1, 3 over 2. And like usual, if you write 3 over 2 at the powers, for the denominator also 3 over 2. And don't forget to times it with the differentiation of the inner function. The inner function is 7 minus 2x. You have to differentiate the inner function, and it will become negative 2, and then plus c. You can simplify it like this. So you will have y equals to 7 minus 2x to the power of 3 over 2 over negative 3, and then plus c. Okay, and the question give you the point. The curve passes through the point of 3 over 2, 4. 3 over 2, 4. That means you only have to put the point into your equation. So you have 2 times 3 over 2 to the power of 3 over 2 over negative 3, and then plus c. So we have to calculate the right hand side first. 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 is 2 square, right? 2 square 3 to the power of 3 over 2, negative 3, and then plus c. You cannot cross multiply. Please use proper algebra. So this one you can cross out. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. 8 over negative 3 plus c. C equals to 4 plus 8 over 3. Make the denominator equal over 3. You will have 12, 20. 20 over 3 at c. Okay, so our function will be y equals to 7 minus 2x to the power of 3 over 2 over negative 3, and then plus the c, 20 over 3. There we go. I think you can combine them together because the denominator is already the same, 3, Yeah, but for this negative I will put it at the top, so I will have negative 7 minus 2x to the power of 3 over 2 and then plus 20. I think this one is better. Okay guys, this is the solution for your homework. I think you can do this well because it's very easy. We'll meet again in my next video. Bye bye.